And it looks like we are live. Hey, it is Sunday night, so guess what that means? It's time for Learning with Lynn. So I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. I want to thank you all for being out today. If you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you were here. So today we're going to talk about how to create an action plan to reach your goals. So this is kind of a lot of what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. But we're going to kind of dig into it just a little bit more tonight. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. You want to learn. Yay. So let me move some things around here. Okay, so now you should be able to see my screen. So this is my blog. This is onlinebeautybiz.com. This is where I train my team. I have all kinds of training here for my team, but it's also for any Avon rep who wants to learn. This is available for everybody. And so if you're brand new, you'll want to go right up here where it says Getting Started and follow that link, and you'll find everything from how do you get paid, how do you know if you got an online order, all of that is in there in the Getting Started. On the left-hand side of this first page is the blog itself, and then the right side is what's called the sidebar. And on this sidebar, you can sign up to receive my emails if you're not already getting them. If you're already getting them, you're already signed up. So that's how you get an email, like, whenever I have a new training or to let you know about our Facebook Lives or whatever. Right underneath that is a search, so you can literally search for anything in here and hopefully find it. If you run into something you can't find, let me know, because I'm always looking for things to teach. And then below that is categories. So you got, face-to-face sales, Facebook parties, fundraising, whatever you want to learn about. If it's tagged with that category, you'll find it there. So on this blog on the computer, you have the blog on the left side and you have a sidebar on the right side. If you're on your phone, that sidebar moves to the bottom. So there will be about 6 or 7 posts, and then the sidebar will be underneath that, which will have the sign up for the newsletter and the search and all that. So today we are going to talk about this first one right here, create a campaign action plan to reach your goals. So, hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Ready to learn. Woohoo. Everybody's all excited tonight. I love it.
Okay, we'll fill you up so it comes out the back of your head.
So we're going to create an action plan to reach your goals. And so you got your vision board all filled up. February's over. Today's the last day of February already. Can you believe it? And, visualizing what you want, that's amazing stuff. I mean, you want to do that, right? You want to set your plans. You want to set your dream boards, visualize what you want. But don't forget, you need an action plan, because it's the action that's going to get you what you want. Hi, Lily. Good to see you. So the first part I have here, growing your Avon business, is pretty simple. So there's only 4 main steps, right? Number 1, you need to prospect for new customers and recruits. Number 2, get a brochure to everybody, every campaign. Number 3, follow up with everybody, every campaign, and then take the order, submit it to Avon, or your customer will order online. And that's it, right? And then just rinse and repeat. So if you're brand new, we ask you to create a list of everyone you know. Hopefully 200 people, right? Put it on this list. This is your list. Nobody's going to see it. It's not like, anything. It's just for yourself. And create that list, and then you can start working through that list, and you can start, all you're going to do is text people and say, hey, guess what? I just started my Avon business. Would you be interested in seeing a brochure? And if they say yes, then you can count that as one person that you added onto your prospecting for new recruits. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But if you're not brand new, and your list should be a living, breathing document, right? It's something you're always going to be adding to and taking people off and adding to it. It's constantly going to be growing, living and breathing. I still have a living and breathing document 20 years later. Hi, Deb. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Glad to see you made it. So you're always prospecting. I mean, your business is in the new. Whether you're brand new and you need people to start, or you've been in business for years and you need new people, it's always in the new. Hi, Erin. Good to see you. So you always need to prospect. If you don't have new people coming into your business is going to stagnate. People die. I hate to say that, but they do. They get old and they die, and you lose customers, or they go away. They buy something at Walmart they like better or whatever, or they just go away. And if you're not constantly replenishing that and building your list, you're not going to grow. right? And then now you have new customers and recruits, you need to get a brochure to them every campaign. It's your choice if you want to do paper or digital. We teach you how to mail brochures, but if you want to do it the old-fashioned way and drive around and deliver them, that's perfectly okay too. Or if you want to text out a digital brochure to everyone, that's okay too. But you just need to make sure everyone gets a brochure every campaign. And then we need to follow up with every single customer you gave a brochure to every campaign. This is why we have a system, because I don't want you in your head. I don't want you thinking, oh man, if she wanted something, she would have called me. Or I don't want a bug. I don't want to be a bug, you know. No, you have a system. We're going to teach you that already. We have a system set up. So it's automatic. Well, it's not automatic. You have to actually do it. But the text goes out to everybody. But whether you do it to everybody using our system or you do it one at a time, you need to follow up with every single person. Trust me, you guys, if you give a brochure to somebody in the grocery store or whatever, and you get their contact information and you don't ever call them back, that brochure is going to make it from their bag, probably to their car. It might sit in their car for a while. It might make it, or it might come into the house with the groceries, right? It might make it on the counter. It might sit there for a while. Eventually, it's going to make it either to the bathroom or their bedroom, because that's the only place they have time to look at it. And they're sitting in the bathroom, flipping through the pages. They might be turning down pages. They're not going to call you because they're busy, right? And or in bed, same thing. It's late at night, right? And if you don't text them or call them or Facebook message or whatever you do to follow up, that eventually that book will just go in the garbage because they'll forget all about it. And they'll pick up the book and they'll go, oh, this is expired, and they'll throw it away. They'll forget that they even had things in there they wanted. So it's just a quick follow-up. You've got to do the follow-up. And then take the order, right? So we have a system to help you with all of that. This is our Daily 8 system. It's a proven formula. And the idea behind that is, instead of working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, your goal is to capture 8 points a day for a total of 40 points a week. So it says print this sheet and use it to track your weekly points. I actually already downloaded it, so I wouldn't have to do it on the call. This is our Daily 8 plan. It's 9 pages, but most of it is training that's in this plan. The second page is where you're going to put your goals, right? So it's the week of. So if you start your week on Sunday, you would put today's date up here, and then what days are you going to work your week? Plan this out ahead of time. Maybe you want to just work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. That's fine. So put the dates in there. Maybe you want Wednesdays off. So you're going to put Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? Or maybe you need to spend more of your time working on the weekends. And so maybe you might have a little bit of time on Monday and Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but most of your time is going to be on Saturday and Sunday. Whatever it is, plan that out. And then you just go through the list, just what we said, right? Prospecting for customers. So give out brochures, paper or digital, and you can have a point for every new name you collect. So if you're brand new and you're working through your list and you send a text to somebody and say, is it okay if would you like to see a brochure? If they say yes, that's a point, okay? If they say no, then it's not a point. You didn't collect their information, even though you already had their information. You see what I'm saying? It's just a matter of you did the work, right? So if hi, Karen, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So maybe you're in the grocery store and you don't have any paper brochures. Maybe you want to do digital, right? So maybe you could ask the cashier, hey, I'm selling Avon, and they have this really cool new brochure. You literally can scroll through it on your phone. Would you like to see it? Can I text it to you? And they give you their name and their phone number, and you enter them into your phone, and you text them the brochure. Now you have their contact information. So now you can follow up, right? So that's the prospecting. And the same thing for team members, right? Talk to people about the Avon opportunity and the point for every name you get for that you're going to follow up with, right? Now you're going to follow up with your potential customers 2 to 3 days after meeting them. So it's going to be, hey, quick text. Just, hey, I met you at Walmart. I gave you my digital brochures. Just checking to see, make sure you got it. And if you were able to scroll through it, or, just checking to see if there's anything you need or whatever. But it's just really easy, quick. That's it, right? Now you're going to put them in your system. So you're going to get them a brochure every campaign, and you're going to get them a follow-up every campaign once you get them started. This is just you're getting them started, right? So now you're going to follow up with every single customer or recruit. You're going to get a brochure to every customer. I give you 1 point because we use Campaign Mailer, and we teach you how to do that. And it takes you literally 1 minute to send your brochures out. If you are delivering them, give yourself more points. If, maybe maybe you could give yourself a point for every hour you spend delivering brochures or something like that. If you spend 4 hours delivering brochures, give yourself 4 points or 5 points. I'm not too concerned about it. Hi, Sin. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And then you're going to do follow-ups to every single customer, every single campaign. You're not going to worry about who might be offended or who, get out of your head, right? Using our system, it's just a matter of takes you 1 minute. You just have a text, and hopefully you already have it saved as a template in Project Broadcast. You just update the campaign number and say, hey, my order's going in on Wednesday. If there's anything let me know by tomorrow, Tuesday, right? And it goes out, gets blasted out to everybody on your list. So I give you 1 point. If you're manually texting them, then give yourself a point for, I don't know, every 10 people you text or something. You have to figure out your time, right? Figure out what it takes. The only thing is, if you're trying to really grow your business, I don't care how dedicated you are. I don't care how much your intentions are good. How likely is it that you're really going to text 100 people or 200 people? Seriously, things get in the way. You run out of time. You got to go do something else, and you start, and you never finish it. So that's why we have the system. That's why we use our system that we use. But again, you give yourself however many points based on how much effort you're putting into it. Sort and deliver your customer orders. I just gave it a 1 point, but if it takes you hours, if you have a huge order, give yourself more points. If it takes you 3 hours, give yourself 3 or 4 points, right? And then we have passive prospecting, putting brochures out door to door. I just give you 1 point for that, even though it might take you a lot longer. It might take you an hour or 2 hours. If it's taking you 2 hours, maybe give yourself 2 points. But that's passive. That's not active. So that won't actively build your business because you're hoping they'll call you. You don't have their information. You don't know who they are. It's still a great way to grow your business, but you want to be focusing more on talking to people and getting their contact information. So you still can get points for doing that, right? Posting on social media, scheduling posts, a point for that. All of these things, right? Training contacts for your new recruits, business training, those are important. Avon U, Avon Facebook Lives, our Sunday Lives that you're on with us right now, those are all training. Those all help you with your business. You can give yourself a point for that because you're growing your business by learning, by becoming better, right? Personal development. You can only grow as fast as your personal development allows you to grow. So you always want to be bettering yourself. So all of these things, if you do them, will help you grow your business. But I would strongly suggest you focus on maybe the top 2/3 or top half of this as the most important, and then do the other things. Because the most important is the active, getting a brochure to everybody, getting new people. Getting new people is probably the most important.
Mm-hmm. Income producing.
Yeah. So that's our daily 8 system. And then you go through the other pages and it gives you tips on how to do that, right? Some tips on how to grow. So that's our daily 8.
You got Mary over there came on.
Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Got a lot of people on tonight. So you can click here to print the sheet. Click here to print it. Up here, the daily 8 system takes you to another page that explains it more. And so if you want to be a part of our daily 8 challenge, you can click here to log your weekly numbers. And I send out an email every week to the Online Beauty Biz email list saying, hey, it's time to log your numbers. And you just fill this in, right? Your contact information, how many points did you earn this week? What were your wins this week? What did you do good? What did you not do so well? And then what tips do you have for growing your business during social distancing? Right now I'm looking for tips to share with people. So if you have something that's really good, I might share it and I'll give you credit for it. But really, this is for you. It's not for me. Everybody can do this. You don't have to be on my team. I'm here to support you. We are here to support you, regardless of whether you're on our team or not. We believe that a rising tide lifts all ships. And we believe that if we are all successful in general, as a whole, then Avon will be more successful. And it's good for all of us, right? So when you fill this out and you put in how many points you earned, this is your own thing. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to say, are you sure you got that many points, or that wasn't enough points? I'm not going to judge you at all. This is your numbers. You're going to put it in here. I do suggest that you be honest with yourself, because if you're putting in points that you didn't really earn, you're not helping yourself. Your business isn't going to grow, right? The whole purpose of this is to grow your business, right? But when you talk about what were your wins, what did you do well, then that tells you, that's you in your own mind saying, wow, that really worked for me. I'll have to do that again. Right? And when you talk about what you didn't do so well and how you can do better next time, just by taking the couple of seconds it takes to figure that out and type it in, you've already put it in your mind that, well, that didn't work, so I'm going to try it a different way next time. So you're already changing what you're going to do with your business, and I haven't had to do anything about it. It's just by you filling this out is going to help you in your business. I will try to recognize you. I might send you a card. I might post in the Facebook group. I'm here to support you. If there's something that that I can I have done this too, or you might put something in there you struggled with, and I might email you and tell you what my thoughts are or how I think it could help you. So Kathy says, a rising tide lifts all ships. Yay, Definitely. Good stuff. Yay, yeah, it's true, you guys. It's so funny. I see Avon reps that, well, not a lot. There's like some that just don't want to share what they know, right? They want to hold it close. But I don't feel that benefits anybody. And there are a lot of reps that give and give and give. So I'm really happy about that. But I just think we all have something to offer. And your success isn't going to hurt my success. There's enough for both of us, right? There's enough for all of us. So let's be successful together. Besides, all of you guys on this call, I'm going to call you out. Kathy, Mary, Sin, Karen, Erin, Sandy, Deb, Lily, Debbie, Kathy, Denise. I want to buy you guys all a drink in Hawaii. So who's going to be in Hawaii with me? Thanks, Lynn, for being a giver. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Kathy. But I want you in Hawaii. Let's do that, right? Let's be successful. Let's go to Hawaii. I will buy you a drink. So that's what this is.
Real quick, just some perspective. We mentioned about the list. You create your list, but I think many of us come from an employee mindset. I know Lynn and I both did, because we worked for somebody and we are so-called bosses there, but we are still answering to somebody else. But when you're an employee, you have a boss looking over your shoulder, looking at your list or judging what you're doing all the time. And in this case, you're the boss now. It's not the other boss looking over your shoulder. And when you start doing some of these things on the daily 8 list here, when you go out and talk to people, you go out and talk to somebody, it works. You get their information. They love Avon. They want Avon. It doesn't go so well. You learn by the mistake, like Lynn was saying, yeah. and just use that as a learning experience. And it's the same with the daily 8, filling out the daily 8 form. When you have things that go well, note it, because you're going to repeat that, because that worked. And if you did something wrong, you're going to analyze it and look at it, or mention it to us, and maybe we have some tips on how to maybe do it better. So. But
just the fact that you noted it already changed it in your own mind.
Yes.
So it actually helps you be more successful.
Yeah.
So awesome. So Kathy says, Lily, let's go back. Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Deb is going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Lily, you're so sweet. Oh, so are you, Lily. And then Kathy says, I will let you buy me a drink. I'm even going to have a I'm getting laid party before I go to Hawaii. Woo-hoo.
All right.
Yeah. And Mary says, mahalo.
Yeah.
And Kathy says, I want to win this trip. It will be my first. Kathy, you're not going to win it. You're going to earn it. And all you have to do is do what it takes to get there, and you will be on it. It's just that simple, right? And it will be your first. And let me tell you, Kathy, it won't be your last, because once you've been on an Avon trip, trust me, you will never miss another one. Because, there's a lot of people on this call that can vouch for me on that one, because Avon treats you like your gods. They treat you like your royalty, and they are just so amazing. So trust me, you will never miss another one. Yes. Hi, Anitra. And yes, Kathy says, yes, I earn it. I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. So let's go back to this. So that's the weekly numbers for the daily 8. And then be sure to join our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group if you're not already in it, because this is where we do some recognition and whatever in this group, right? This is where we support you in this group, especially if you're not on my team. If you're on my team, you're also in this group. But there's a lot of people that are not on our team that are in this group, and we support you here. Okay, so today let's talk about creating a campaign plan, an action plan. So, goal setting is crucial, right? We know that, right? But are you setting goals that are too easy or too challenging? I mean, how do you know if you're setting the right goals? And goals that are too easy to keep will keep you in your comfort zone, but it won't lead to business growth. And goals that are too challenging might make you feel defeated and possibly cause you to give up on your dream. So planning on how to accomplish your goals doesn't require a lot of time, but it is necessary. Because if you don't have a plan, Debbie says, I always wanted to go to Hawaii. Debbie, I want you to go with us. Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Kathy says,
I heard the trips are great.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so if you don't know what you're aiming for, how do you know what to do, right? If you don't know what it is you need, how do you know what you're going to do every morning, right? Every morning when you wake up and you're like, what do I got to do today? If you already have that planned out, then you already know. So if you already have this thing ready to go, now you can start writing down points. Keep this near you. Keep it on your desk or keep it wherever and start and add in the points. You can put tick marks in if you want to for every customer you gave out a brochure to. Or maybe you went out and you deliberately went out looking to meet people and you came back with five names. Well, then you can come back and you can write 5 on there and then you put them into your system, right? But keep track of it. You got to know what you're going to do. Otherwise, you're never going to get serious and you're never going to really do it. And so I recently did a training on goal setting to dramatically increase your Avon business. That link is right here in this post. And get rid of that. And this is it. And it goes into a lot more detail. And we did a live magical goal setting that can double and triple your results. If you haven't watched that, you might want to watch that because this can really help you. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. But that says here, click here to find that training. So in that training, it talks about 3 income goals. So when using the system, your goals are going to look like this. So you're going to have a first annual income goal that should be a number that can make you feel like you made an accomplishment, a big accomplishment in your business. So it might be, I want to increase my sales by 20% or 30% or whatever it is, right? Your second income goal is more like a wow goal, something that would be totally incredible for you. And then your third income goal is like a holy goal, right? I mean, like, oh man, that third goal blows your mind. And the truth is you probably believe it's impossible, but that's okay because that goal, whether you reach it or not, it isn't even important. It's that goal that's going to stretch your mind to get you to the next level. But that third income goal, especially that holy crap goal, is one that I do not want you beating yourself up over if you don't make it. Just know that that's what it is and you're aiming for it. But if you hit any of these other 2 goals, you have major success, right? I mean, there's a saying, you've heard the saying that says, if you reach for the stars, you might miss and land on the moon. Did I say that right? But at least you went farther than you ever would have thought you could, right? So it's about stretching yourself. And so you'll want to probably go and watch this training if you haven't already, and if you're looking to reach your goals, because I really break it down in there. And I break it down how to set your goal, how to break it down, and how to know what you're looking for, right? But what if you're not looking for a dramatic increase? What if your goal isn't to make the top level of leadership or the top earning? You're not looking for 6-figure income, right? Even if you're not looking for a dramatic increase, you still want to challenge yourself and grow. Because whether you're looking for a dramatic increase or even a smaller one, you want to be growing. Mary says, mahalo is thank you in Hawaiian. Okay, we're going to have to learn that, right? And Kathy says, holy crap, gal. Yeah. And Sandy says, if you're failing to plan, then you're planning to fail. My plan is to have you buy me a drink. I will buy you many. We're going to have so much fun, Sandy, in Hawaii. All of us, actually. But Sandy and I go way back, and I'm just really excited because she recently joined back with us, and I'm really excited about her. But hey, so you always want to be growing, even if you're not looking for big things in your Avon business, right? So maybe you have small goals, right? So you could break these into different types of goals. So small goals, these are goals you can reach easily with just a little bit of extra effort. Maybe that might be finding one new person to talk to every day. So, of course, you want to get their contact information and you want to put them into your follow-up system and you want to get them into that system that you're working, right? And here, the link here says put them in your follow-up system. We're not going to go into that in great detail, but that takes you to this automate your follow-ups. And this is going to show you how we do campaign mailer and how we do texting and how we do phone messages to do those, how to automate those. So that's in here in the follow-up system, okay? But small goals should always increase, but it shouldn't be so difficult that you end up all stressed, right? And these should be the easiest goals to meet so that you feel like you have some accomplishment at the end of the month. What I do want to make clear is that if your goal is to talk to one person every day, that is not going to get you on Hawaii. That's not going to get you to Hawaii. So I'm just saying you have to decide, and we're going to break that down anyway. But these, if you're not looking, this is if you're not looking for a dramatic increase. This is just, trying to do a little better every day, right? Medium goals. These are goals that might make you step out of your comfort zone. So staying in your comfort zone is not going to lead to growth. You're going to stay where you're at and you won't see any changes in your business. So maybe a medium goal might be adding 5 or 10 new customers each campaign. Maybe the medium goal might be, I'm gonna add at least 5 new customers this campaign, 5 more than I had last time, or 5 new people that I didn't have before, right? And then a large goal might be, something that might feel out of reach. So a large goal, like Anitra says right now, her biggest goal right now is to make Premier. So that could be where her starting point is. Although I hope that you're planning on going to Hawaii. I think you are. I think you said you were. But her biggest goal is to make Premier. So that could be this large goal, right? So that's how I did it when I first started selling Avon. We didn't have a Premier. The first level was President's Club, which is $10,000 in sales. Premier, for those of you who don't know, is $5,000 in sales. That's in a single year. So that's the first goal that Anitra's working for. And for me, when I started, they didn't have Premier. President's Club was the first one. So President's Club was my first goal. And then I worked my way up to sales titles. So the next goal, so you got Premier at 5,000, you got President's Club at 10,000, you have Honor Society at 20,000. So after I made President's Club, then my next goal was Honor Society. And that's how I worked my way up. There's different ways to do it, right? So why do you need goals? Well, quite simply, working every day without having concrete goals is kind of like watching a dog chase her tail, right? She goes around in circles, but she never goes anywhere. And if you're happy running your business like a hobby, making part-time money, then you can keep doing what you're doing, right? You don't have to set goals. If you're just having fun with it and it's just a hobby, although I'm guessing that it's not for most of you because you wouldn't be on this training unless you were hoping to grow and learn, right? And a lot of you said you wanted to learn. So if you want more out of your life and your business, you need to know your goals. Set aside some time, set your goals and prioritize them. Go back to this other training and watch this magical goal setting one, okay? Break them down into doable steps and reevaluate them at month's end. So if they need to be reworked, then, do so, right? If you met your goals, then continue what you're doing, or maybe think about making it a little more difficult, right? So I don't even think I would wait. I evaluate mine every day. I'm going to show you real quick today a way to break it down to every single day, and you can reevaluate every night. Did I meet that goal? Okay, if I didn't, then I need to do a little more tomorrow. If I did, then I'm good, right? So that's what we're going to talk about, right? But reaching difficult goals not only grows your business, but it gives you a nice jolt of self-confidence, right? And if you reach enough of these tough goals, you're going to feel invincible. So to create a monthly action plan to reach your goals, break your goal down into smaller steps. So if you want to double your income, for instance, keep that big number in mind, but break that down into a per campaign income total. So if you're looking to earn Avon's incentive trip, be sure you know exactly what it is you need to do. Break it down even further into weekly and daily goals. And so in our training in the goal setting to dramatically, that's the one over here, this magical goal setting. We show you how to break it down all the way to the day and how to track it. Watch the video there to learn more about it. But I will tell you, I pulled up, just for tonight so we could break it down, I pulled that up for, this is the goals planning tracker that is with that video and that training, okay? So what I did was I looked at this, what if I'm brand new today and I want to go to Hawaii and I have no sales yet, right? I just started. I'm brand new today. I'm going to show you how to break it down. I mean, that video goes into a lot more detail. So tonight we're going to be a lot quicker, but we'll kind of break it down here real quick. So if you are brand new, and the requirements for the trip to Hawaii are different for everybody, depending on what your sales level is, depending on when you started. But if you're brand new and you started after 12, 11, 19. So basically, if you started anytime in 2020, this would be you. Or if you just started today, right? Anytime after December 11th, 2019, this would be you. So for a trip for one, you need to sell $12,000. For a trip for two, you need to sell $17,000. That's over the whole, all the way through campaign 26. We're in campaign 6 right now. So that means you have 20 campaigns to do this. So hi, Carolina, good to see you. And Kathy says, yes, I'm looking for a business. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so you have, if you started right now, as of today, you have 20 campaigns to make it, right? So we go to the next page. And we say, for a trip for one, 20 campaigns it was $12,000 divided by 20 campaigns means you need to sell $600 a campaign. And then the other one was 17,000 divided by 20 campaigns means you need to sell $850 a campaign. I know that sounds like a lot, but let's break it down. You know, they say, how do you eat an elephant? An elephant. It's one bite at a time, right? So you just break it down. So national average, Avon average customer order is $25. If you're doing a lot of online orders, your order is actually going to be higher because a lot of customers, not all, but a lot of customers try to get that $60 so they get the free shipping. So, you know, your average might be more like 50. My average is probably higher than 25. I do have my little old ladies that order $8 or $10 or $12 every campaign, but I also have a lot of customers that give me 40, 50, 60, even $100 orders. So, but this is a good number to start with, right? And Carolina says, it's good to see you too. Yes. Yeah, awesome. And yes, that's a lot to sell. You know, but we're breaking it down. Okay, so for an average customer, let's just say average $25, because that won't leave you surprised. You know, you might not have to work as hard, but at least if we give you this number, you know what, something to aim at, right? So if you want to sell $600 a campaign so you can earn a trip for one, divide that by $25. That means you probably need about 24 customers every campaign. If you're working for a trip for two, 850 divided by 25 means you're going to need 34 customers a campaign. Now we can break it down even more. So how many customers do you need every day to reach that campaign, right? To hit that income goal? Well, the first one is 1.7 customers per day, and the second one for a trip for two is 2.4. So you literally could go about your day. You could get up in the morning and you could say, how am I going to get new customers? Who am I going to give books to? And you could have a goal. Now, 1.7 obviously is kind of a weird number. You could say 2. My goal is to get 2 new customers every single day. Now, at this point, it doesn't really matter because it could be a $10 order. It could be a $100 order because over the whole over the whole year, it's going to average out, right? But so your goal could be, I'm going to get 2 customers every day. Maybe you might break it into income instead. So let's say we go up here, go back up. You need 600 a campaign divided by 14 days is $42.85. So you could say my goal is to sell $50 every day, right? That's how you could break it down. And then you track it, you know, on your calendar or make a paper with lines with squares in it and track it. Did you sell $50 today? Oh, you only sold 35 today. Okay, so you know tomorrow you need to sell a little more to make up for it. And also, don't beat yourself up because your sales, if you're brand new, you're probably not selling 600 a campaign, right? You're probably selling a lot less. But as you keep working our system and you keep adding and adding and adding new people and new people and new people, you will get up there. And so maybe right now you're only selling 300 a campaign, but 3 or 4 or 5 months from now, you might be selling 800 a campaign. And then so it's just all a matter of knowing the grand scheme of things where you need to be. So I don't want you beating yourself up. Just set the goal so you know what you're working on. And every single day you get up in the morning and you go, I need to sell $50 today, or I need 2 orders. Who can I get 2 orders from, right? And if you didn't get 2 orders today, then tomorrow maybe you get 3 instead of 2, right? And it doesn't matter. If you don't get 3 tomorrow, you kind of keep trying to make up for it. And don't beat yourself up. It's just a new day. We start again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's that consistent effort. I mean, a baseball player doesn't get up and say, I'm going to hit a home run every time I go to bat. They get up there and they keep going to bat, and they hit a home run, and then they don't, then they hit a home run. So it's just that consistent effort.
And keep in mind that when the holidays come, your sales are going to double and triple. Yeah. So even though you might be way behind, trust me, around Mother's Day, the sales pick up, and then around the holidays, they double and triple. So you can make up for anything that you're lacking. The key is you can't wait till October or November and say, I'm going to get this cruise or this trip to Hawaii. You need to start now, and you need to be working it. You need to have a plan. And keep in mind, all of this stuff that you're doing is going to bring you income right now too. If you're selling 600 a campaign, you're going to get to Premier really fast. But that's income for you. That's 600 times, let's say 25%, that's $150 that you earned this campaign. So if you want to sell more, if you want to earn more, then you need to sell more. But this training right here, the goal setting, I go into that in a lot more detail. I go into breaking down how many people you need to talk to, how many brochures you need, all of that, okay? So that, I just want to give you this is just a quick, how do we break it down? Because you need to know what your goals are by the day even, to be doing that, okay? So now you know what your goals are. Now you need to figure out, what am I going to do to get there? So no matter what your goal is, you need to make money with your business, and those are the tasks that you want to prioritize, right? So what tools do you have at your disposal? You want to work the daily 8 system. You want to be, adding new people to your list every day. Or if you have a list, if you're brand new, working through that list, I mean, especially if you're new, let me tell you this. It's not so important whether they say yes or no they want a book. If you call your cousin and say, guess what, I'm selling Avon, and she says, what are you doing that for? No one makes money doing that. And she's not interested. She's still your cousin. You still have the same relationship with her. Nothing changes. So don't let it change in your mind. She's not interested in your business. That's okay, because the next person you talk to might be. So you just cross her off your list and you go to the next person. That's all it is. You're just asking. And if she wants a brochure, then awesome. Get her a brochure, whatever you offered her, whether it's a paper brochure or digital that you're going to text her or email her or whatever, then get it to her. But now if she wants one, now she gets put on your list and she gets all of your follow-ups from now moving forward. Every time a new campaign starts, she gets a new brochure. Every time you're getting ready to place your order, she gets a reminder. Or if she's a digital customer, then you might text her at the beginning of the campaign saying, welcome to campaign 6. And then a couple of days before campaign 6 ends, you'll text her again saying, just a reminder, campaign 6 is ending. If there's anything you want to order it by Monday, because on Tuesday, the website will be on campaign 7. So your text people should get 2 reminders. Your book people get a book and then a reminder. Okay, so it's 2 touches regardless. But so you're gonna schedule time into your calendar to prospect for new customers and recruits. So that's probably the most important aspect of your business, is looking for new people to get books to. However you want to do that. And the Daily 8 has pages on it that explain some ideas about how to get new ones. You're gonna add them into your follow-up. So there's a link to our follow-up system again. And then, like I said, you're gonna make sure every customer gets a brochure, and then you're gonna follow up. And you're the one that determines your success by the effort you put into your business. That's the cool thing about our business. You get to decide how much you're going to make. Because if you work in a job, pretty much any job, well, my job was salary. So the more hours I worked, it was just me giving more time to the company, because I didn't change my income, right? If you're in a job, you work, let's say you work, I don't know, you're a cashier and you work at Walmart and you get paid by the hour. No matter how hard you work, you're going to make the same amount of money, right? If you work 8 hours, you're going to get paid for 8 hours. But in your Avon business, if you work smart and you work hard and you're looking for new people, you are going to be able to, you get to determine your income. You get to determine your success by the effort you put into it. So Kathy says next. Yep. Yeah. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. Right? Some will, some won't. So what? Next. Anitra says, I think this is true for any direct sales company, family and friends not being interested. Absolutely. And you know, your family and your friends know you. They know you from the time you were young, maybe in some cases, and maybe they know, oh, she's never stuck with a company. Why would I want to stick with her on this one? You know, Anitra will tell you that she signed up to sell Avon with her friend, and then her friend quit. It happens, right? So they might not trust you. They might not believe you. They might not buy in, but they might be thinking, I'm going to wait and see how she does. And if you can be really successful, you'd be surprised at how many of your friends will come out of your woodwork. They do. They come out of the woodwork and they go, tell me what it is you're doing. How are you doing this? How did you earn that trip? Could I earn it? You'll start to get that. But in the beginning, it's just asking. It's asking the question, hey, I just started my Avon business. I'm so excited. Would you like to see a brochure? Can I get you a brochure? And if they say yes, you add them to your list. If they say no, you say next, right? They're still your friend. Nothing changed. That's really important to understand that. Nothing changed, but you have to ask. Okay, so now the third one, we're going to systemize your business where possible. So like I said earlier, even if you have the best intentions to provide the best customer service, there just aren't enough hours in the day for you to do everything you need to do and still grow your business and still have a life, right? So if you implement our follow-up system, it helps keep your customers happy and taken care of, and that frees you up to find new customers, right? Because that's the most important thing, finding new customers. So we use campaign mailer. We mail a brochure. That ensures that every customer receives a brochure every campaign. Project Broadcast will ensure that everybody gets a digital brochure every campaign if you want to do it that way. It also makes our follow-ups easy. You can schedule them and you're good to go. And Dial My Calls is for those people who we don't have cell phones for, that we can't text. So we pre-record a message and it goes out to them, kind of gets blasted out to them. They answer the phone and they get the, hi, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. Just a reminder, my order's going in. All of that is explained in more detail in the follow-up system. Okay? So I know that you're busy, probably too busy, right? I know Sandy's on this and she's pulling her hair out because her job is so busy right now. She's having a hard time working her Avon business. We're all busy, right? And you want to grow your business, you want to earn more money, but you want to take care of your current customers and keep them happy. But you also want to be able to spend time with your family, right? And not have to work over 40 hours a week or whatever it is that you're working towards. And so when you have automated systems that you put into place, that gives you more time to do the things that you need to do. You're going to enjoy more flexibility in your schedule. And you're going to have time to build your business or spend it with your children. You're going to have time to travel. You're going to get to travel. You're going to get to go to Hawaii with Avon. You know, for those of you that are new, this is new. This is new. It used to be that you had to sell over $110,000 a year in order to earn a trip. Avon's now making it available for everybody. And even though, for those of you that are new that think $12,000 is a lot of money to sell, it's nothing compared to $110,000 that you used to have to sell. So I love the fact that Avon is making this available for everybody. Some of us who have been around a lot longer need to sell a whole lot more than $12,000. But, you know. But anyway, with your automated systems, you can stop worrying about repetitive administrative tasks, right? You can focus on what matters most, the work that only you can do, which is talking to new people or talking to current customers, taking care of problems, making everybody be happy, right? Playing teacher doesn't help either. Yeah, exactly. And Anitra, I know you can too. That is, Kathy says, wow, that's a great trip available for all levels. It really is, isn't it? All expenses paid, you guys. 5 days in Hawaii. Cover your Hawaii. It covers your airfare. It covers your hotel. It covers your food, your drinks, everything. I mean, if you want excursions, you have to pay for those outside of the trip. But everything else is included, and it really is an amazing deal.
Yeah, the value is like $2,000.
Yeah, it's $2,000, I think it is. But so anyway, so when you have an automated system in place, it helps you to feel confident that the level of service you're providing to your customers, because your automated systems run without you. They don't get sick. They don't forget things. They don't drop the ball. They don't get interrupted by your children or your family. Systems provide that same level of service over and over again. Because of my systems, when my mother was alive, the last year of her life. She was in and out of the hospital, and we were both able to be at the hospital with my mom, and we would schedule these things. We might have scheduled them in the middle of the night, but we'd schedule them to go out at 10 o'clock in the morning, right? The reminder texts and the brochures to go out. And my business continued on, even though I was having to be with my mom. We've actually ran our entire business on a 2-week cruise, and no one even knew we were gone. So Sandy says, but no matter how much time my job, my job, takes from me, I spend some time with Avon every day. This is my business, my dream, my future. Exactly. See, Sandy gets it. So this is true, right? And using our systems and automating them is going to help free up a lot of your time. So at the same time, systems help your customers to have a better experience. Because, I've had customers, I've had a lot of customers that come back to me and they're like, you give the best service. Thank you so much. And they get a reminder from me every campaign. They get a book from me every campaign. And that reminder doesn't bother them because whether they want something or not, they get my text. And if they didn't want anything, sometimes they respond and say, I don't need anything now. Sometimes they don't respond, but I don't pressure them. It's just a reminder. And they know that that's all it is. And the really cool thing about that is, we typically place one order a campaign every 2 weeks. Now, depending on where you live, some of you who live in Ohio, you guys are lucky, you get your orders right away. It takes a full 8 days for me to get my order. So I place my order on Wednesday. It's like the next Friday. So a week from Wednesday plus 2 days, Friday, before I can deliver to my customer. If my customer misses my order date, it's like a month before they're going to get an order from me. So by giving them that text saying, hey, my order goes in on Wednesday, let me know by Tuesday what you need. If they miss it, it's on them, right? But now I don't have to feel bad because my customer didn't realize I was ordering and they missed my order. And so for those of you that are new, especially, keep that in mind. You're providing excellent customer service. You're letting your customer know up front how this works and how, hey, just a reminder, my order's going in, so if you want something, let me know now, because you don't want them to have to wait a month to have to get it again, right? Mary says, oh, Sandy, let's go up. Okay, Sandy says, love automation and systems. Systems are amazing, aren't they? And Mary says, wow, this is great information. I haven't heard about this at all. Well, I'm glad that you're hearing it now, Mary, and this is what we push. We really push this. You can build your business however you want, absolutely. And some of you might decide that you don't have the money to mail brochures, although campaign mailer is very inexpensive, but still it does cost money, and you might decide you don't have it, but it should be something that you're working towards. And the cool thing is that it builds as you build. So if you're only mailing 1 or 2 brochures, it's only $1.74 or $1.75, something like that each. You only have to pay for 2 brochures, right? If you're texting, I think the minimum with Project Broadcast is $10 a month, but it rolls over if you don't use them. I think that works out to 2 cents a text. But again, you only have to pay for what you're using, really. So you scale up. So even if you're new, you get started with these systems and you keep adding people to your systems and you scale up. And then in my online beauty biz, I also have a training. If you search for automate, you'll find it up in the search bar on the right-hand side here. All the way up here. Search for automate. And you'll find how to manage your automated systems. Because if we keep adding new people every day, eventually we're going to be sending out 5,000 brochures, right? Because we keep adding. So you have to make a decision. Well, when am I going to pull them off of my brochure list? But I never just pull them off my brochure list. I move them from my brochure list to my text list. Because I'd rather, I don't want to lose somebody that might order from me someday, and it's only costing me 2 cents to remind them. Or just, send them a digital brochure. And then if they order, then I put them back on my campaign mailer. But I have a whole training about how to do that. It's called How to Manage Your Automated Systems. Okay. Wow. Campaign mailer. So Anitra says campaign mailer is a tool that is working towards as well. Yeah. So again, how you do this is up to you. I'm just trying to help you guys to to find ways. There's no reason that you have to be the one to text. You don't have to sit there with your phone and manually text every single person. They're not even going to know if you did that or didn't do that. If you send it through Campaign Mailer, it's still going to go individually as though you texted them one at a time, and it will have their name in it if you set it up that way. Hi, Anitra, this is Lynn with Avon, you know? So it's going to look just like you texted them. They're not even going to know. So we went through all this. So your customers are providing a consistent, high quality level of service that meets their expectations. You know, I mean, a lot of my customers have told me, wow, I've never had a rep treat me like this. I've never had a rep give me this kind of service. And I'm like, well, that's because we're professionals. We smile and we flirt with our customers. We say that's because we're professionals. But you know what? They love it because we're treating them like we are running a serious business. And boy, in these days, Mary, hugs. Oh, you're so sweet. I wish I could get in the computer and hug you. Come on, show. Hugs to you.
Yeah, just to say real quick, we don't think it's any big deal, because if you order something from Amazon, or you order something from Sears or Walmart or whatever, and they said it would be delivered on Thursday, and Thursday comes around and no package, you call them and you say, did you order that? Oh, we forgot to order it. That's not good customer service. And that's all we do. We simply say, we're going to order your product on this date. We're going to deliver it on this date. And I usually over deliver. Sometimes we get lucky and the order comes in a day early, and I call them on a Thursday instead of a Friday. And they say, oh, I was expecting you to call me tomorrow. Wow, that's awesome.
Well, most of the time we have our order by Thursday, but I don't ever promise that to a customer.
Yeah.
I always tell them the Friday. So, you know, but yeah. And you're being consistent, you have high quality level of service. When your brochures go out in the mail every campaign, there's no question about who received one and who didn't. Your customers can appreciate they can receive one every campaign. You know, I never was one, even before I started mailing them, I never was one to say, well, I'll put some in the orders, and then whoever didn't order, I'll make sure they get one, because that seemed to take more time to try to figure out who placed an order and who got a brochure and who didn't. So it's just easier for me. Back then, I printed labels. We put them on the brochure, so we made sure everybody got one. But, okay, so then the next one, track your progress, right? So print off the Daily 8 worksheet, or if you're breaking it down, maybe print off a calendar or make squares or whatever, so that you can write down how many, if you're doing like, I want to have 2 customers a day, or I want to have $50 in orders a day. Every single day, write that down. How much did you get today? Did you meet your goal? Did you not meet your goal? It's not you beating yourself up. I don't want you to beat yourself up. It's just a simple fact. Okay, I only sold 40 today. Tomorrow I'll try and get 60. That's all it is, right? It's not you beating yourself up.
Yeah.
And Sandy says, under promise, over deliver. The key to great customer service. Exactly. But, and especially, that's what I was going to say earlier, especially in these days when, you know, when you're out giving out brochures to people you don't know, and you're meeting new people, and they say to you, wow, is Avon still around? I haven't seen Avon in years. I used to have an Avon rep, but she disappeared. How many times does that happen? There's so many Avon reps out there. Avon reps are a dime a dozen, really. I mean, there's those of us who are really working it, but there's also a lot of them out there who will take an order, or sometimes even take the money, and the customers never see them again. So don't be that, right? Your customer is so much going to appreciate the fact that you're being professional and that you're doing all these things. That's going to give them, and they're going to start buying more from you when they trust you more. So all of that's going to give that trust, right? So track it. You know, did you meet? So every single day, did I get my 2 customers? Okay, if not, I might try to get an extra customer tomorrow, right? At the end of the week, did I get my 2 times 5 is 10 customers? Did I get my 10 customers? Okay, well, next week I might try to get an extra 2 or whatever. If you do that, trust me, when it starts getting closer to the holidays and our sales are doubled and tripled, you will already have, you'll know where you stand as far as this trip goes. You'll know if you're on track or not on track, and you'll know where to pump it up or what you need to do. But and it's the same thing with your income, right? You want to, if you're looking, if you need money out of this, the goals and tracking it is going to be the key for you making the money you want to make. So, you know, if you had a couple of days that you doubled or tripled your goals, then what did you do different? What did you do? And can you replicate that on other days? Or you didn't meet them? Why? Why didn't you make it? And then you can make changes to your plan. Maybe you didn't because, you know, we we have figured out some things. Richard's really analytical about this, but like we do events at the mall. We do these breast cancer events. We do tables, and certain times of the month, it's a lot slower. And Richard will go, well, that's because it's the end of the month. Nobody got paid. They don't get paid till after the first of the month.
First and the 15th.
So maybe that's it. Maybe you weren't able to get 2 orders today because it was the last day of the month. But maybe, now tomorrow is the first of the month, and maybe this first week of the month, you might be able to more than make up for what you missed out on. See, so it's just, if you didn't meet your goals, it's not about beating yourself up. It's more like, okay, why didn't I meet it? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Let me see if I can change how I do this, or let me make up for it, or whatever, right? And then Mary says 100% true. I think she's talking about overpromise and underdeliver. Yeah. Okay, so then document your action plan. So just because you come up with a great plan in your head doesn't make it real. So you put it down on paper, decide what you're going to do, and make a plan and follow it, right? So your campaign action plan is going to make all the difference. Goal setting and planning is the first step, right? If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. But start blocking out time in your calendar. Schedule, create maybe a goal setting plan for the next 6 months, Create it for a year, and then break it down into 6 months, and then break it down into quarters, and then break it down into months, and then campaigns, and then, and here's a link to that same post again. It's goal setting to dramatically increase your sales. And then follow the daily 8 system, print out the form, keep it handy, and log those numbers as you go every day, or at the very least, before you end your day, make sure you log those numbers so you know where you stand, and stay focused. Follow your plan, and every day you're going to get better and better at growing your business, and you'll become unstoppable. So that's what I have. Do you have anything you want to add?
But when the main thing is like Sandy was kind of saying there, there's an old saying, plan the work and work the plan. And in the beginning, we did a lot of grunt work, and kind of how a lot of these automations systems happened was that Lynn and I started out, and we were just like you. We didn't have the money, or didn't want to spend the money. We were trying to be frugal in starting our business. And we did a lot of the grunt work. I was going out my days off and handing out books, and all the different ways we were doing things. And we kept getting to points where we were running out of time, or we were saying, wow, this seems harder than it needs to be. And we would stop and analyze it. And that's how we came up with the systems on back then we did bulk mail, but we use we do the campaign mailer now. But finding ways to mail the books out to the customer that was cheaper and faster, and would give us the time to do more to grow our business. And then the same with the calls. We didn't want to sit and call 100 people. We didn't have the time, and we didn't have the I didn't have the energy to sit there. I get about 11 calls in, and I'd be burned out. So it just makes it so much easier to do these.
We were working a lot of hours.
Yeah, we were working a lot of hours,
and in our jobs, and we couldn't call people at 11 o'clock at night.
But you come up with systems. You work smarter, not harder, and that's simply all it is. And we have a lot of systems here to use. Some may not apply to you yet. You may not be able to afford some of this, but you can do it on a certain basis. But then again, you have to kind of think of, if you want a big business, when are you going to start that big business? When it gets big? Is that going to be too late? You want to try to find that happy medium of starting a lot of the systems, and that'll help you grow your business faster.
When they scale with you, they will scale with you. Yeah. So if you start slow with your systems, you can grow it as you grow your business. Yeah. So Sandy says, tip, I put a note on the books I give out to check out the A box on page 16 in campaign 6. And I did have 2 people order up so they could get that A box for $10. There you go, you guys. There's $1 million tip right there.
Suggest to sell.
Yep. And then Kathy says, so many good tips. Thanks so much, especially since I'm not on your team. We are one team, one Avon, Kathy.
We still party hardy in Hawaii.
Yes.
And no matter who you are, we'll buy you dinner and drinks.
You're the best. See you next week. And Anitra says, I'm not on their team either, but they are way helpful. Oh, thank you. So, we do believe, I didn't have an upline. When I signed up with Avon, I actually didn't understand direct sales or network marketing. I didn't know any of that. I was working. We both had power jobs. We both had really stressful jobs. And I was looking to build a website for square dancing back then in 2001. The internet was just coming out, and it was really expensive back then to build websites. And I was looking for a way to help me pay for it. And in my mind, I was like, well, I don't want somebody to make money off of me. So I called Avon. I wasn't going to sign up with somebody else and let them make money off of me, which I didn't understand any of this, how it all worked, right? It was obviously I was wrong because I had no support now. But I called Avon. The district manager came to my house. She said, here, give me your, what was it, $35 and sign here. And that was the extent of my training. She did nothing to help me. That was the extent of my training. And Richard and I, we actually weren't building a business for the first year. We were just selling it at our square dances, and we were putting some books out, but we weren't really pushing it until a year into it. We figured out, wow, this could really help us. We could quit our jobs and we could just do this full time. And I mean, there's a whole story to that. We don't have time to go into all of it, but that's when we got serious about it. And where was I going with that? But we just, we didn't have the time. Oh, that's where I was going. I never had support. We actually paid to go to these big conferences to learn from some of the top people in every company. We went to different conferences. We paid a lot. We have paid thousands and thousands of dollars to go to these. And we have scrapped our way and learned the hard way how to get there. And we did make it really close to the top. And we've fallen back because of another story. We've fallen back and we're working our way back up. But we never had support. And so I know what that feels like. And I don't ever want anybody else to have to feel that way. And I am doing these blog posts, these trainings for my team. So why not make it available to everybody? Because I'm here to support you just like I am with everybody. We're all on, like I said, one rising tide lifts all ships. And there's no reason you should be struggling.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, there's a lot of places. I think Nordstrom said it a long time ago. They were worried. Somebody was at a convention. They were teaching all the tricks of how their company was successful. And they said, aren't you, pulled the boss aside and said, aren't you worried you're giving away all your tips? He says, no, they have to do the work. It's that simple. So
and it's amazing how many don't. It's amazing. I could tell you exactly what I do, and I don't have to worry about you stealing any of my business because a lot of people don't do it. They don't. And so let's go. Okay.
Kathy, I got a comment on that.
So Kathy, yay, one Avon, one bar.
Hey, Kathy, I've never been to a bar where I didn't get a drink, so you have to go first.
And Debbie says, I'm not on your team, but I really appreciate your training. Thank you so much. Thank you, Debbie. Anitra says, that's about what I got in training. Yeah, because you're up on quit. I get that. And Mary says, I can't wait till I meet you in Hawaii. You owe me a hug.
You bet.
In Hawaii, Mary.
You bet.
And Sandy says, see you all on the island. Thanks to you both for everything. And Sherry says, you guys are really helping all of us since they took our leader away. You're talking about the district manager, I assume. So that's what we have for you guys today. Thank you for being here. Same time next week, next Sunday, we will have some new training.
Yeah. The word for tonight, the two words for tonight are aloha and mahalo.
Yep. Aloha and mahalo.
Aloha means hello, goodbye, and mahalo means thank you.
And we need some of those pretty drinks, that are really pretty brightly colored with umbrellas.
I need that umbrella.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Keep my head from burning.
So Kathy says, Richard, Lynn, you are great. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many comments. Deb says, you have so much knowledge. I learn something every time.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank you, Deb. Carolina says, you're doing great. Lynn and Richard. Lily says, great information. Learned so much from you. I appreciate you all. I am going to start learning how to use your project broadcasts because I have a huge customer base. Lily, you will be so happy that you do that. You will be so happy when you have it done. I promise. I can't tell you how many people come back and say, I wish I would have done that sooner. And Carolina, thank you so much. Carolina, I appreciate you being here. I really do.
Yes.
She's on my team.
Yes.
And she's working hard. She's new too. So welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Welcome.
Kathy, aloha and mahalo. Deb, love you guys. Thank you. Okay, you guys. I love all the love, but we really got to go. So have a great evening. Have an amazing week. And we will see you next Sunday. Same time, same place.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Mahalo.